It's Thursday, October 16th.
It's important to realize you can't snap your fingers and fix any of this.
Look at teachers who are teaching classrooms and boot rooms, in hallways, on stages of gyms.
A $2 billion gap divides the province and Alberta teachers after negotiations resume this week. Teachers are planning to take their protest right to the Premier today. And the province is changing Alberta license plates, adding the phrase strong and free. Plus, the University of Alberta is going to renovate and possibly change the look of the iconic Butterdome. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to your Thursday morning, Edmonton. A Thursday that is going to be beautiful. Already a lovely start to the day, Corey, and it's just going to keep on getting better.
Yeah, temperature today will be about 17 for a high, so warming up quite nicely. It'll be the warmest day of the week, and then as we head towards the weekend, a little bit cooler, but better than the last weekend we had. I have all those details, your 3, 5, and 10-day forecast as we go throughout the next 3 hours, Ken.
Okay, thank you, Corey. Well, Alberta teachers are planning to rally outside Rogers Place this morning while the Premier delivers her State of the Province address. Leaders from both sides of the bargaining table say a large gap still remains.
The $2.6 billion deal that we'd agreed to before the strike, by the end of the deal, that would have Alberta teachers as the highest in Western Canada after taxes. So we know it's competitive, especially looking at Ontario West, where we have a lot of labor mobility. But Alberta can't afford to be an outlier. I've been clear about that. Ontario West, where we have a lot of labor mobility. But Alberta can't afford to be an outlier. I've been clear about that.
The provincial government and the Alberta Teachers Association are butting heads after a proposed deal was put forward by teachers. Both sides met with a mediator on Tuesday. The ATA's new contract proposal would cost an additional $2 billion. The province says the ATA and its members need to come to a clear, concrete solution that is, quote, rooted in reality.
You want reality? Go look at our classrooms across this province. You want reality? Look at the overcrowded classrooms we have. Look at the students who don't have their needs met. Look at teachers who are teaching classrooms and boot rooms, in hallways, on stages of gyms.
Both sides expect to resume talks before the weekend. The finance minister says the province will look at back-to-work legislation as early as October 27th if a deal cannot be reached. That's when the legislature is back in session. An American man will spend time in prison for the PowerSchool data breach earlier this year. It affected 2 local school boards. PowerSchool is an online tool used by some boards to communicate with parents and collect school fees. St. Albert Public Schools and Edmonton Catholic Schools say they were part of the data breach. Personal information, addresses, and phone numbers were affected. PowerSchool paid a ransom to ensure the data was deleted, but the extortion continued. A man from Massachusetts has now admitted to the hack. He has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Alberta's Information and Privacy Commissioner is also investigating the breach. And the province is changing the slogan on Alberta license plates. Wild Rose Country is out, to be replaced by Strong and Free. The government has come up with 8 designs for Albertans to choose from. Voting is already active on alberta.ca. A winner will be decided in mid-November. The phrase Strong and Free is in the national anthem, and it's also Alberta's motto, written in Latin on the coat of arms. However, political scientist Laurie Williams says the phrase has other connotations.
This is a phrase, at least in Alberta, that is associated with conservatism, with certain kinds of conservatives, and particularly with the United Conservative Party.
The opposition NDP calls the move a distraction from ongoing issues like the teachers' strike and healthcare woes. Premier Danielle Smith says her government is capable of working on multiple files at once. When the winning plate is picked, the design will be available in the new year. The federal Conservatives say they have a plan that will improve job prospects for young Canadians. Now, the country's unemployment rate is currently at 7.1%. Youth unemployment rate is more than double that at 14.7%. New pieces of the Conservatives' youth jobs plan include a one-year, 100% capital cost tax write-off for employers who build housing for employees. The party also wants a change to the federal grant and local financial assistance program to give more help for in-demand fields.
The government should establish a process for making objective determinations about what areas of study are more or less likely to lead to positive career outcomes.
The Liberal government says it has created more than 130,000 job opportunities for young people this year, promising it will have more to say on youth unemployment soon. One of Edmonton's most iconic buildings is about to undergo a multi-million-dollar renovation. The Butterdome was built in 1983 for the World Universiade Games, coinciding with the school's 75th anniversary. Now, the university's manager of campus architecture says the building's envelope is failing. That includes the foundation, walls, the roof, windows, and doors. The university says the leaks may get worse unless the exterior is renovated, which could include a new look.
We're going to look to maybe tie a little bit more into context, a little more into brand, and we are going to look to do things that will make it more transparent so you can see in, so that some daylight can get in, so it doesn't feel like a 1980s field house, but more like a recreation facility and a kind of a cultural gathering spot for the city.
The provincial government is footing the $27 million bill for the repairs. The U of A is hoping to start construction in the spring. And Edmonton is now home to a state-of-the-art, world-class velodrome. This ribbon cutting officially opening the new indoor facility. The rest of the Coronation Park Sport and Recreation Centre will not open until January. The city's elite cycling community says the new track is a game changer for the sport in North America. They say the visibility of this velodrome to those visiting the Coronation Centre will be key to growing the sport.
I'm so happy for them that they get this opportunity, and you just see their smiles, the ones that just came off it, their ear to ear.
This is it's gonna close the difference between me and the other riders that I race. It's gonna make a huge difference.
Local Olympians say the new velodrome will mean Edmonton athletes will no longer need to travel to warmer climates to train for the winter events. Edmonton's previous velodrome is outside. Not a bad day if you still got the bicycle, available in the garage, Corey, to head outside, because it's going to be, all things considered, rather warm.
Yeah, a lot of people are probably still making use of that and making use of their outdoor time. Yesterday was fantastic. We made it to 15 yesterday. Let's take a look at our almanac for today. Our high for today is 17. Average seasonal high, 11. Our low for today, -2. Average seasonal low is 0. Let's take a look at our currents right now. We are at -1 here in the city. Wind is light. Clear sky. At the airport, temperature there, -3. So just slightly cooler, wind light as well. Now, speaking of wind, it will pick up as we go throughout the afternoon, and then windy this evening. We start off with a lot of sun. We'll see a little bit of cloud move in, 17 for a high, and then as we go throughout the evening with the wind, there's also a chance that we could see some scattered showers tonight. It looks like around 6 to about 8 p.m., so we could see some scattered showers pass through the Edmonton area. Taking a look at your 3-day forecast for tomorrow, 4 to start, 11 for a high, still windy for tomorrow, mainly sunny, and then there's Saturday, looking quite nice, 12 for a high on Saturday, lots of sun. We see a bit of a change late Sunday. I'll have those details coming up a little bit later on. It's time to celebrate the spooky spirit and eerie elegance of Halloween. CTV Your Morning is on the hunt for the most hauntingly creative neighborhood displays, and one lucky winner will receive a grand prize of a $500 gift card to Big Box Outlet Store. Submit your photos by going to ctvm.ca or by scanning the QR code on your screen. Now, here are some photos one of our viewers sent in to us today. As we take a look, beautiful shot outside there. And, yeah, looking fantastic.
I like it. Yeah.
Isn't that great, Kent?
Good lighting.
Yeah.
Good, I don't know, Kim speaks more aesthetically, but it's like there's different levels for the eye line. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And this is from, I just had to check the name. This is from Melissa.
Nice.
And she's got a lot of, you've got ghosts, you've got pumpkins that are lit up pretty high in the sky there. Really cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Look at all the skulls on that walkway going up to the house.
That's a long walk to get your candy.
It totally is. That would be nice and spooky, though. Yeah, she's sending photos from all different angles, so keep sending those photos in. And, yeah, there's a great prize, and we're going to be putting out some signs for the winners as well.
Brag to the neighborhood.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Melissa, for sending those in to us, and good luck to you. Kent.
Thank you, Corey. Well, the Holiday Hamper Program needs your help. For the past 21 years, they've been asking people to grocery shop for the less fortunate families at Christmas time, then deliver hampers ahead of the holidays. 2 decades ago, this program helped 35 families. Now they help more than 2,000. 250 families have already signed up this year, and the organization needs more help.
It would be great if we, shot to maybe get 2,200 or 2,500. But the reality is there's actually more than that are in need. We estimate it, depending on when we get the numbers, it could be anywhere from between 6,000 to 10,000 families that are in need in the city.
He adds, if you do not have time to fill a hamper, the organization accepts money, which will be used to buy turkeys or fish. The Edmonton Elks are hosting a free football camp for high school players sidelined by the teachers' strike. Spots filling up quickly. 140 students made it onto the field with 43 others on the wait list. The Elks say this is all to help students and parents, and the players say they're grateful for the chance to practice at Commonwealth Stadium and learn from professionals.
It's been my dream ever since I was little. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've been training to be a pro football player. I love being coached by the professionals. They're amazing people.
It's a great opportunity, and I love that, and I'm really appreciative of what they're doing for us.
Ready to go.
The Elks are hosting 6 sessions until the end of the month. Right now, though, the team is hitting the road for a tough matchup with the BC Lions tomorrow night. 6:11, let's take a look at your commute. 50th Street, 92nd Ave to 93rd Ave continues to be down to 1 lane for construction. That lasts until tomorrow. 131 A Avenue, 132nd Street to 133rd, all closed up for water line installation until the 24th. And 138th Street, 102 Ave to Stony Plain Road, closed for sidewalk upgrades until the 28th. But still ahead, Ottawa considers legal action after car maker Stellantis moves production to the United States. And the Jays battle back in a big way in Seattle. And why this teen was pulled over with a skeleton in the passenger seat.
Here's a look at your Edmonton gas prices coming down a little bit more. The average gas cost looking pretty good, $1.18.7. Highest gas price, $1.27.9. And if you're looking for some cheap gas, there's the Tempo in Maple Ridge Drive. They're selling it $1.09.9. But there are also a few stations in Beaumont at $1.08.
Gas prices brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Ottawa is threatening legal action against Stellantis after the automaker revealed it is shifting production of the Jeep Compass from Brampton, Ontario to Illinois.
We've invested millions of dollars in that facility based on the commitment that they would be investing in a new model.
A letter from Industry Minister Melanie Joly to the Stellantis CEO points to legally binding commitments made by the company as part of a deal with Canada and Ontario. It says if Stellantis does not honor those commitments, the federal government will exercise all options, including legal. The Brampton plant had been retooling to make the Compass since last year. Production at the plant then paused in February after tariff threats from U.S. President Donald Trump. In a statement, Stellantis said, "Canada is very important to us," adding, "We have plans for Brampton and will share them upon further discussions with the Canadian government." More Canada-U.S. trade deal talks are happening this week in Washington.
The pressure is really growing now for Canada and the U.S. to reach a deal.
CTV News confirming that Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is in the U.S. Capitol for negotiations. LeBlanc called last week's discussions successful and positive, but did not seal a deal. Ottawa is said to be looking for short-term deals to find relief for specific industries like steel, aluminum, and energy. More than 2 months after the strike, there are still Air Canada customers waiting for refunds.
They just try to go around it to give the clients a hard time, and hopefully many will tumble from that big group of people.
Rena Antonucci from Montreal paid $16,000 out of pocket while she was delayed in Dublin, Ireland. She says Air Canada is paying her about $12,000 of that total, but the money has not arrived yet, and she says she wasn't told why it's not a full refund. Air Canada says more than 500,000 customers were affected by the flight attendant strike. The airline says it expects to have most claims resolved by the end of this month. One of Indonesia's most active volcanoes has erupted again. The eruption at Mount Luotobi Laki-Laki sent a column of ash and smoke 10 kilometers into the sky. People living in villages nearby were told to leave. No injuries have been reported. The last time this volcano erupted was in August. In July, another eruption caused flight disruptions in Bali. And the Toronto Blue Jays can tie the American League Championship Series tonight after a dominant win last night in Seattle.
Since 2010, Vlad Jr. sends a high drive to deep center field. Rodriguez to the wall, it's gone. First pitch of the fifth, Vlad Jr. launches a solo shot.
That home run from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., one of 5 hit by the Blue Jays Wednesday night, crushing the Seattle Mariners 13-4 in Game 3 of the ALCS. Now, the Jays did find themselves down 2-0 in the first inning after a home run from Julio Rodriguez. However, after that, starting pitcher Shane Bieber settled in and delivered a strong and stabilizing performance on the mound. In the third inning, the Jays scored 5 runs, including a 2-run homer from Andreas Jimenez. Jays cruising in this one, looking to build on the momentum tonight. Ontario Provincial Police have a reminder for drivers with a learner's permit. You need to have a live human passenger to be allowed to drive. A 19-year-old driver was pulled over recently with a skeleton in the passenger seat. People with a G1 license need to have a qualified driver in the car with them. So to be clear, a skeleton does not count. However, it was wearing a seatbelt. Something to think about. It's time for us to take a break. We'll be right back.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
6:23, you're taking a live look at downtown Edmonton. A pretty quiet start to the day today. It is going to be warm. Temperature into the mid to high teens for today. 17. Would you consider that the high teens? Mid-teens for sure. Ken's saying yes to high teens. So that's where we're going for today. A little bit chilly to start off, but not too bad. -2 could always be chillier. Slave Lake -4, Red Deer -5. That's the cool spot in the province. Then into the northeast. Fort McMurray, Fort Chipewyan, a couple of goose eggs starting off at 0 in those areas. One of the warmer spots to start off. Fort McMurray, fairly clear, some cloud moving in. We've got cloud moving into Peace River and Grand Prairie. For us, fairly clear to start off. We will see some cloud move in, but it is going to be just a little bit of cloud as we head into the afternoon. Once we get into the later part of the afternoon, that cloud starts to thicken up a bit more. And then as we go throughout the supper hour and early evening, there's a chance that we could see some scattered showers pass through. So a little bit of cloud moving in. With that, the wind will pick up, breezy as we go throughout the lunch hour and afternoon, 17 for a high, and then as we go throughout the evening, the supper hour and evening, windy. The wind will pick up, the cold front coming through. With that, a chance of scattered showers, and then temperatures drop a little bit for tomorrow, and I'll have those details next time we chat weather. The early bird deadline for the Mighty Millions lottery is tomorrow. Win a Porsche 911 plus a trip to Paris or take $200,000. Tickets at MightyMillionsLottery.com.
Hello there, Kara Wagland in the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we are checking in on a little NBA preseason with the Grizzlies taking on the Hornets. LaMelo Ball puts it through the defender's legs, then lobs it to Brandon Miller. Nice little alley-oop. Ball goes right through Jock Landale's wickets in transition, and Miller gets some height and a very nice finish. Ball, 23 points, 8 assists in 28 minutes, but more importantly, he has got your must-see moment. And coming up tonight on TSN, Week 7 in the NFL kicks off with a little Thursday Night Football with the Steelers facing the Bengals. Coverage for that one gets underway at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all for now from SportsCenter. Have a great day.
TSN Must-See Moment, brought to you by Century Casino. 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
We are turning back the pages this morning in Remember That Thing, specifically the comic pages, as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of this iconic cartoon. On October 2nd, 1950, the world of Peanuts made the pages of 7 major American newspapers, including the Minneapolis Tribune. The characters are inspired by Carl Schultz's own childhood in the Twin Cities. Schultz was 27 at the time Peanuts was published at those major papers. Earlier versions of Charlie Brown and Snoopy were published under the title Little Folks as early as 1947. Schultz retired in 2000. By then, Peanuts had published in more than 30,000 newspapers in 40 languages, inspiring the Christmas special, the Macy's Day Parade balloons that you see there, or on the Walk of Fame with Snoopy. Generations of fans, which is very, very cool. But Corey, what's your favorite comic?
I'm going to go with the Archie comics. I guess they were almost like little books. Like you had the comic, but then they look like little books. Did you know that the initial Archie characters were created in 1941?
Really?
I love these comics, and I took them everywhere when I was a kid, camping, school. I like their little carefree world that they had. I would collect all the comics, even then Archie and Jughead, Betty and Veronica. A good, wholesome comic.
Sure, yeah. I think everybody's come across Archie at some point.
I think so, for sure.
Not me, though. This is my favorite.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
So I didn't start with the comic books. Like, I got into this with the cartoon show, X-Men. But it was huge for me growing up. My friends and I would have it on VHS tape, and then we'd watch it at lunchtime when we came home from school. But then I picked up the comics because of the cartoons. And the comic books, for any fans out there, they know it's much deeper. There's a lot more going on in the comic books. The world really opens up for the X-Men, which is very fun.
Yeah, and we want to know from you, what is your favorite comic? Maybe from the newspapers or perhaps comic books. Do you still read them?
Yeah, some of those collectors out there. Do you still have them?
You know what? I think some of my Archies are probably in a box somewhere in my dad's garage.
Ooh, would you sell them or would you keep them?
I'd probably sell them.
Yeah, I mean, they're in your dad's garage. So
I haven't been making good use of them at this point. Yeah, totally.
Let us know your favorite comics at 10400 and keep the text line open because we got a heated matchup in the candy bracket coming up a little bit later in the show. Stay tuned to that. We'll be right back. It is 6:30 here on a gorgeous Thursday. Hopefully off to a great start to your day. And certainly, Corey, the forecast, especially in the afternoon, will put a little pep in the step.
Oh, it's looking fantastic, Kent. We're starting off with a lot of sun, a little bit on the chilly side, but today we are warming up to a 17. That's the warmest day this week. And then it's the weekend. The weekend looks slightly cooler, but much better than the weekend we just had weather-wise. I'll have those details, your 5-day forecast coming up in 6 minutes. Kent.
Thank you, Corey. Well, teachers from across this province are coming together today to rally outside Rogers Place in downtown Edmonton, where the Premier will be giving her State of the Province address. Meantime, inside negotiations, things are heating up with leaders from both sides taking aim at each other. CTV's Nicole Lampe is in Ice District for us this morning. So, Nicole, bargaining teams for the teachers and the province meeting on Tuesday. How far apart are they now from a deal?
Kent, the province says the gap is about $2 billion. That's how much more the teachers union is asking for in its latest proposal. The finance minister says that there's no chance that the province will agree to that extra money on top of the $2.6 billion that's already on the table.
No, there isn't, frankly. If anything, our fiscal state is deteriorating somewhat. And that's why I think it's important for people to realize that hasn't really been part of our rationale as we've approached labor.
Teachers have been on strike now for a week and a half as the bargaining teams for both sides are negotiating. Classrooms are empty with more than 700,000 students impacted. The province says the ATA and its members need to come to a clear, concrete solutions that's, quote, rooted in reality. The head of the ATA says the reality is classrooms are crumbling.
The government has described our proposal as too big. But let's be honest, it is years of systemic underfunding and neglect that has failed to meet Alberta's growing needs, which have made the challenges in Alberta's schools this overwhelming, complex, and big.
Now, the province's bargaining team is now reviewing the ATA's latest offer, and both sides are expected to resume talks sometime before the weekend. The finance minister says that he acknowledges that they're still very far apart and says that there is the possibility of back-to-work legislation if there is no deal, but that the earliest that could happen is October 27th. We'll have more on this, plus the Premier's reaction later on in the show. Kent.
Okay. Nicole, thank you. Well, the Health Sciences Association of Alberta says it is ready to negotiate a new deal with AHS, but meetings are delayed. HSAA represents nearly 30,000 healthcare workers across more than 200 disciplines, including paramedics, pharmacists, and mental health counselors. Last month, members rejected a proposal from AHS and are waiting to return to the bargaining table. The union's vice president says strike action is still an option.
We are prepared. But honestly, I think we have to look at, we're healthcare professionals. We don't want to have to go on strike. We care about caring for our patients. That's why we go into these professions.
HSAA says the next meeting has been pushed to November because someone from AHS is on vacation. We have asked the province about the reason for the delay, and we are waiting for a response. Well-known Edmonton businessman and philanthropist Bruce Saville has died. The founder of Saville Systems was one of the major owners of the Edmonton Investors Group, credited with preventing the Oilers from leaving the city, buying the team in the late 1990s. Saville also served as a governor of the University of Alberta, chair of the Oilers Community Foundation, and was involved with the Stollery Children's Hospital and NATE. The U of A's Saville Community Sports Centre is named in his honor. Bruce Saville was 80 years old. And an Edmonton bridge will soon bear the name of a professional wrestling pioneer. It will be called Stu Hart Bridge on Highway 8 east of Calgary. The Hart family patriarch put Stampede Wrestling on the map, and the Hart home also became the training ground for legendary families of wrestlers, including WWE star Bret the Hitman Hart.
I think it's so fitting that it's a bridge that's named after him, because he was such a strong, solid tank of a man. You know, he was a boulder that just never budged, and was took a lot of pride in the fact that he was an immovable object most of the time.
Stu Hart died in 2003. All right, let's bring Corey back in for a look at the forecast. And as we were talking about, it's going to be a great one today.
Yeah, great forecast. And starting off a bit chilly, but today will be the warmest day of the week. Let's take a look at the almanac for today. Our high is 17, average seasonal high 11. Our low for today, -2. That's where we are sitting right now. Average seasonal low is 0. Let's take a look at our currents. 1 in Stony Plain, -3 at the airport. Elk Island, -3 and -2 at the airport. Winds fairly light to calm right now, but that will change. Temperatures within the city ranging from -3 in Rio Terrace to +1 in Beverly. So as we go throughout the day, we'll warm up quite nicely. 17 for a high. We'll see increased cloud cover and the wind will pick up. Breezy as we go throughout the afternoon, and then this evening, windy. And it looks like after the supper hour, there's a chance that we could see some scattered showers pass through the Edmonton area. So windy and a chance of showers as we go throughout the evening. For tomorrow, get back to mainly sunny sky, a little bit cooler with a high of 11. Still windy as we go throughout Friday, and there's your weekend. Saturday and Sunday, both highs of 12. A little bit more cloud on Sunday, and then Sunday evening, a chance of showers, and then cooler for Monday with a high of 8. I have your 10-day forecast coming up in 15 minutes. Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. You dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities, endless. Today's code word is vacation. Head to the contest page on ctvedmonton.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter vacation with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Edmonton's $20,000 giveaway. Good luck to you. Ken.
Thank you, Corey. Let's take a look at the commute here as we get moving towards 7 o'clock. 167th Avenue, 66th Street to 71st Street. Eastbound lane closed starting at 71st until the 14th of November. 85th Avenue, 108th Street to 109th Street, all closed up for water line installation until the 21st. And then 104 Avenue, 102nd Street to 101 Street, eastbound lane closures for power replacement until October 27th. Well, Edmonton's municipal election now 5 days away. There are 13 people running for mayor, and this week we're profiling 5 of the city's top mayoral candidates decided by the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce. Today, CTV's Nicole Lampa looks at the series and Omar Mohammed.
Let's shine brighter together, guys.
Omar Mohammed is a pediatric dental surgeon who gave up his practice to run for Edmonton's mayor's seat. If elected, he's pledging not to raise property taxes. Mohammed is also promising a subsidized grocery store for low-income Edmontonians. For safety, Mohammed's calling for a prolific offender task force and more supports for the vulnerable. On the topic of infills, Mohammed says instead of disturbing mature communities, he'd like to see a greater focus on developing Blatchford and would like to see parking requirements. When it comes to city planning, Mohammed believes there's a better way to plan Edmonton's development and construction and is proposing a smart staging plan to better coordinate projects expected to cause travel delays. Mohammed explains why he's running for mayor.
I'm upset by the way our city's been run, and I don't feel it's right to give the same people that put us into this mess another shot at making things worse.
The municipal election is on October 20th. Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Edmonton.
It's a little bit...
So still on the way, our bracket for the best Halloween candy continues. Today, some stiff candy-coated competition. M&M's against Smarties. You have your say after the break. And there have been more social media posts about whales off the West Coast, but is it a perception or actual increase in marine life? We've got that answer in 10 minutes. Plus, the Toronto Blue Jays are so back in their ALCS matchup against the Seattle Mariners. But what are the chances of coming all the way back to win? We head back to Seattle for a live report coming up after 7. Stay with us.
Wake up with Your Morning Edmonton. Brought to you by CIR Realty, making real estate easy in Edmonton, Red Deer, and Central Alberta. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
All right, we're back with the candy bracket. We are progressing to, I think, maybe the most contested matchup of this first side of the bracket coming up today. But first, we have to look back at yesterday.
Right.
We had Twix up against Snickers. Your votes for which is better at Halloween, and the winner is Snickers.
I'm a little bit surprised by this.
I am too.
People love the Snickers, I guess.
That's a tricky one. I thought maybe the peanuts of the Snickers may tip the scales towards Twix.
Right.
However, a considerable victory by Snickers when it was all said and done. So,
a little bit of caramel. Is it caramel that's in the Twix? That caramel?
Yeah, the gooey stuff in there. It is very nice.
Yeah. Today's
So.
matchup, though, could be a bit of a battle as well.
Oh, yeah.
They're both very similar in size. We've got candy-coated M&Ms versus Smarties.
Oh, boy. This will really divide people, I think.
Yeah, I like Smarties, and I eat my Smarties in a specific way. I sort them by color, and then I eat each color.
I don't
Even
eat
as
Smarties
an adult.
at all.
I don't know.
No, I think they are subpar compared to M&Ms. And listen, I know Smarties more Canadian, all that sort of thing, but I just think M&Ms taste better. They're a little smaller. They're a little crispier. You get that kind of grind from the Smarties with your teeth. I don't like that. You know what I'm talking about? A little sensation.
No, I don't. No clue. Yeah, so when you're texting these in, you want to check your spell autocorrect.
Yeah.
Because M&Ms, it's MMS. Just MMS. So that's M&Ms and then Smarties. So 10400, your vote.
Yeah.
And we'll see who moves on to the next
Yeah,
bracket.
and it is very important with the autocorrect because if you're voting correctly, you will type MMS.
No
because
apostrophe or anything like that.
M&Ms should win this.
Oh, no.
I think it'll be close, but M&Ms should win. No.
No.
It's time for us. M&M should win. Anyway, let's talk about something that will get you on the news guaranteed. It's when you get dash-ins together for a competition. Whoa, these ones are quick. Wow, this is the fastest dog competition, 40 meters in 4.4 seconds. Not bad. Those dash-in races are part of a festival in Germany, also including dog dancing.
Oh.
This is the European Dog Dancing Championships, the big ones in Europe are coming in Hungary. They really snuck that up on us, right?
I thought it was just that at all.
I thought it was just wiener dogs running around.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was going to be a woman dressed up in a... Wow. When kids learn something new, they want to do it over and over and over again. This tot just learned how to fall safely. Preston just realized that falling on the couch doesn't hurt and just won't stop. Even though he can't walk yet, he's already doing this, his own stuntman.
That's good stuff.
Cute.
Way to go, Preston.
The dramatic sounds.
Yeah, of course. Can't just do it calmly. Well, if you miss going away to camp, maybe you're dropping your kids off at day camp these days and thinking, I'd rather do that than go to work. Well, maybe this is for you.
Remember what it felt like to be a kid? When every day was an adventure. When you could laugh.
So this is called Camp Social. It's women's only. It's 3 days, and it's a sleepaway camp in the Poconos.
Oh.
It's a luxury retreat founded by influencer Liv Schreiber. So you escaped with your inner child, it says. The getaway is for campers looking for a bit of nostalgia and take some friends with them. Women has come as far away from as Egypt to go to this. Okay. It costs $800 American.
You know how many bottles of Pinot Grigio are going to be?
Oh my goodness!
Empty bottles, yeah.
They don't allow that at kids camp.
No, not at all.
It's a whole different experience. Oh, that sounds like something. Sounds like something. Still ahead, there are more whales off the west coast. Or are there? Does it just seem like it because of so many online posts? The answer may surprise you. Whale watchers in BC are trying to track the number of massive mammals in the area. A trio of them recently delaying ferry traffic, and there seems to be more sightings these days. But are there actually more whales? CTV's Penny Daphlos reports.
BC Ferries passengers witnessed not one, but 3 frolicking humpback whales this week. And other lucky wildlife watchers post their shots to social media regularly. Look at that. So are there more smartphones to record them or more actual whales?
The perception is true that overall our marine mammals have rebounded. They're doing extremely well, with one exception.
Newly released numbers from American researchers confirm the southern resident killer whale population remains stagnant. The majestic creatures are very picky eaters.
And so when you see declines in the abundance and size and quality of Chinook salmon prey, that's when you see these declines in southern resident killer whales.
Chinook salmon swim through northern resident killer whale territories first, leaving fewer for our local pods.
What happens in Asia affects animals here because the ocean is all one and all we need to do is look at ocean currents.
As well as water contamination and ship traffic that impacts mammals' ability to navigate and find food.
We see California sea lions, harbor seals, stellar sea lions, humpback whales, transient killer whales. In many ways, it's all good news. There's so much effort and attention being paid to ensuring that we protect them and they're allowed to thrive here in our waters.
To the layperson, there's no visible difference between transient and resident killer whales, but transients are bigger and eat seals and other mammals. So the slow extinction of salmon-eating resident killer whales isn't about losing the sight of them in our waters.
I really think fundamentally the world is made emptier and uglier and worse every time we lose a species or a culture or a society. And southern residents are really, really unique, even among killer whales.
As we do a better job of reducing our impacts on their habitat, every glimpse seems to encourage us to do even more.
I often see the marine mammals that are here as the ambassadors of the Salish Sea. They're speaking up for others that don't have a voice.
Penny Defloss, CTV News, Vancouver.
Well, Alberta is getting a new license plate slogan, and the province wants your opinion. Voting is open on designs for the new license plates. However, the phrase strong and free is set, and some political watchers say it comes with a message.
This is a phrase, at least in Alberta, that is associated with conservatism.
More on the slogan's significance to the UCP coming up after 7 o'clock.
Programming brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
6:57, you are taking a flight with the CTV drone of downtown Edmonton. We've got the Hotel McDonald, and in the background, City Hall lit up quite nicely. Traffic fairly light downtown Edmonton. Probably light throughout much of the city, still just before the big rush hour commute. Weather shouldn't be getting in the way of it. Later this afternoon, though, on your way home, maybe the sunglasses. It gets a little bit brighter, especially with the angle of the sun on the way home. Not as bad in the morning with the sun coming up around 8 o'clock. -2 right now here in the city. Slave Lake -4, Red Deer -5. Those are some of the cooler spots in the province. Most temperatures just below the freezing mark. For us here in Edmonton today, 17 for a high. Winds will pick up, breezy as we go throughout the afternoon, and then windy tonight. And it looks like after the supper hour, there's a chance that we could see some scattered showers. So cold front coming through, winds will kick up this evening, a chance of scattered showers. Still windy tomorrow, but then we start to clear out. 11 for a high for Friday. Saturday, Sunday highs of 12. Sunday evening, a slight chance of some scattered showers, and then Monday a high of 8. So take a look at the second half of your 10-day forecast. Not too bad as we head into next week. Temperatures in the low teens, fairly consistent throughout the mid and later parts of next week. But again, today, 17, the warmest day of the week, windy tonight with a chance of scattered showers. It's October 16th, and we have these milestones to share. Wishing Ramsey a happy 55th birthday. Love Tony, Michelle, Sian, Tamia, Kyra, and Ale.
And a happy birthday to Brittany from your dad. Save some cake for me.
Submit your milestone at ctvedmonton.ca under Your Morning. You could win a $100 gift card to Coolman's Greenhouse, which we draw for every week.
Time for your morning mystery, and we're going with the theme of the cartoons. The single panel cartoon was created by Gary Larson. He cites his family's morbid sense of humor growing up as an inspiration. It ran daily in newspapers from 1980 to 1995, often featuring animals. The name is familiar, but why can't I think of it?
Dan in the studio is looking at us, nodding his head, saying, come on, you two.
What's the guess, Dan?
Far Side, he says.
Oh,
Far Side's a good
right.
guess.
The Far Side, yes, okay.
Nice.
Now, those are some very familiar looking characters there for sure. 1994, a 22-minute version of his first animated film debuted as a Halloween special on CBS television and quickly became a cult favorite. There you go.
Text us your favorite comics on the text line at 10400.
News you need to start your day begins right now.
Here on this Thursday, October 16th.
It's important to realize you can't snap your fingers and fix any of this.
Look at teachers who are teaching classrooms and boot rooms, in hallways, on stages of gyms.
A $2 billion gap divides the province and Alberta teachers after negotiations resume this week. Teachers now planning to take their protest right to the Premier today. And the provincial government is changing Alberta license plates, adding the phrase strong and free. Plus, the University of Alberta is going to renovate and possibly change the look of Edmonton's iconic Butterdome. Your morning starts right now. Just after 7 o'clock. Welcome to your Thursday morning, Edmonton. We begin with teachers from across this province rallying outside Rogers Place today as the Premier gives her State of the Province address inside the building. It's now day 10 of the teachers' strike, and even though both sides have returned to bargaining, it doesn't appear that they are close to a deal. CTV's Nicole Lampa is at Rogers Place for us this morning. So, Nicole, what did the finance minister have to say about the Alberta Teachers Association's latest proposal?
Kent's Finance Minister Nate Horner says there is no chance that the province will agree to the extra $2 billion that the ATA is asking for in its latest proposal.
It's a little disappointing that I think we're still quite a ways apart. But I guess the good news is that everybody's still talking, and I think they're going to ask for more dates later in the week, so that's a good development.
Teachers have been on strike now for a week and a half as the bargaining teams for both sides are negotiating. Classrooms have been empty since October 6th, with 700,000 students impacted. The province says the ATA and its members need to come to a clear, concrete solution that is, quote, rooted in reality. The head of the ATA says the reality is classrooms are crumbling, and the extra ask will help address wages, classroom sizes, and classroom complexities.
You want reality? Go look at our classrooms across this province. You want reality? Look at the overcrowded classrooms we have. Look at the students who don't have their needs met. Look at teachers who are teaching classrooms in boot rooms, in hallways, on stages of gyms.
And we just heard back from an ATA spokesperson just a few moments ago who says that no new bargaining dates have been set yet for the ATA's bargaining team to hear the province's response. Now, if no deal is reached, the province says it is considering back to work legislation, but that won't happen until October 27th at the earliest. So this strike or lockout could possibly, continue on longer for at least another week and a half. The Premier is siding with her finance minister, and we'll hear more from her at 7:30. Kent.
Okay, Nicole, thank you. An American man will spend time in prison for the PowerSchool data breach earlier this year that affected 2 local school boards. PowerSchool is an online tool used by some boards to communicate with parents and collect school fees. St. Albert Public Schools and Edmonton Catholic Schools say they were part of the data breach. Personal information, addresses, and phone numbers were affected. PowerSchool paid a ransom to ensure the data was deleted. However, the extortion continued. A man from Massachusetts has now admitted to the hack and has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Alberta's Information and Privacy Commissioner is also investigating the breach. The province is changing the slogan on Alberta license plates. Wild Rose Country is out, to be replaced by Strong and Free. The government has come up with 8 designs for Albertans to choose from. Voting is already active on alberta.ca. A winner will be decided mid-November. The phrase Strong and Free is in the national anthem. It's also Alberta's motto, written in Latin on the coat of arms. However, political scientist Laurie Williams says the phrase has other connotations.
This is a phrase, at least in Alberta, that is associated with conservatism, with certain kinds of conservatives, and particularly with the United Conservative Party.
The opposition NDP calls this move a distraction from ongoing issues like the teachers' strike and healthcare woes. Premier Danielle Smith says her government is capable of working on multiple files at once. Once a plate is picked, the winning design will be available in the new year. One of Edmonton's most iconic buildings is about to undergo a multi-million-dollar renovation. The Butterdome was built in 1983 for the World Universiade Games, coinciding with the school's 75th anniversary. The university's manager of campus architecture says the building's envelope is failing. That includes the foundation, walls, the roof, windows, and doors. The university says leaks may get worse unless the exterior is renovated, and it could mean a new look.
We're going to look to maybe tie a little bit more into context, a little more into brand, and we are going to look to do things that will make it more transparent so you can see in, so that some daylight can get in, so it doesn't feel like a 1980s field house, but more like a recreation facility and a kind of a cultural gathering spot for the city.
The provincial government is footing the $27 million bill for the repairs. U of A is hoping to start construction in the spring, which begs the question, Corey, maybe this is for the text line. If you've got an opinion, you let us know at 10400. Should they change the Butterdome? I kind of think they should leave it, like fix it for sure.
Yeah.
But the way that it looks, kind of 1980s hideous. I like it that way. I don't want them to change it.
Yeah, it's when a building's that iconic.
Sure.
Changing it
You
does.
take visitors there to the campus and say, look at this. Can you believe this thing?
Yeah, I agree. The change would have to be done very, very well. If
Very tastefully.
Very tastefully.
To still capture the Butterdominess of it all, you know?
Yeah. Weather-wise, not much of a change from yesterday. We were warm yesterday with a high of 15. Today, 17, so a touch warmer, but we will see a lot of sun as we start off like yesterday as well. You're flying right now with the CTV drone over downtown Edmonton. Pretty quiet start. Traffic looks fairly light downtown right now, and that seems to be the case throughout much of the city. As we take a look at your forecast for today, the almanac, our high 17. Average seasonal high is 11. Average seasonal low 0. We're started off at -2 this morning. Temperature right now -2. Wind calm. That will change. The wind will start to pick up as we go throughout the afternoon, and then pretty windy tonight. -4 at the airport. Clear sky right now. Some cloud will move in. As I said, the wind will pick up. Windy this evening, and then after the supper hour, there's a chance that we could see some scattered showers. So a change. A bit of a cold front coming through. That'll drop our temperature for tomorrow. Windy tomorrow, 4 to start, 11 for a high. Mainly sunny. And then 12 on Saturday, lots of sun. The weekend does look quite nice. Again, average seasonal highs around 10. We are going to be above that for Saturday and Sunday. So a nice weekend coming our way, but today is the warmest day of the week. Again, the wind will pick up as we go throughout the day, some cloud moving in, and then as we go throughout the evening, a slight chance that we could see some scattered showers. The early bird deadline for the Mighty Millions lottery is tomorrow. Win a Porsche 911 plus a trip to Paris or take $200,000 cash. Tickets at mightymillionslottery.com. Ken.
Thank you, Corey. Well, Israel has received the bodies of 2 more hostages. At a memorial service, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterated his pledge to bring all hostages home. A dispute over the return of the bodies of the remaining hostages has threatened to derail the ceasefire agreement. Hamas handed over 10 bodies so far. Israel says it has determined one of those bodies is not a hostage. Israel has identified the 2 returned bodies as 27-year-old Inbar Heyman, the last female hostage to be held in Gaza, and 39-year-old Master Sergeant Mohammed Al-Atarash. Hamas returned their remains to Israel Wednesday night. Hamas says it has recovered the bodies of all of the deceased captives that it was able to reach. Now, Israel says it is in discussions with Egypt to decide a date to reopen the Rafah border crossing for the movement of people. Right now, it's closed to aid. All humanitarian goods bound for Gaza will instead pass through the Israeli-controlled Kerem Shalom crossing. Israel says 600 aid trucks had been approved to enter Gaza. The United Nations Humanitarian Affairs Chief calls it a good start, but nowhere near the amount that is needed. U.S. President Donald Trump has confirmed he authorized the CIA to conduct covert action inside Venezuela.
I think Venezuela is feeling heat.
Trump also says the United States has not ruled out strikes on land after targeting boats allegedly involved in drug trafficking. This move marking a sharp escalation in the Trump administration's strategy to remove Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro from power. During a televised event last night, Maduro lashed out at the record of the CIA in various conflicts around the world, especially in Latin America. Maduro's government called the U.S. intervention in Venezuela a violation of international law. Canada's health ministers are in Calgary for 2 days of meetings. Federal, provincial, and territorial health ministers will discuss interprovincial recognition of credentials and funding agreements. The federal health minister's office says she is also hoping to discuss mental health and addiction issues as well as vaccination programs. While in Calgary, the ministers will also meet with national doctors and nurses organizations. They are calling for new ways to support and retain health workers. It's now 11 minutes past 7 o'clock. Taking a closer look at your drive this morning, we do have a crash 23rd Avenue and Gateway Boulevard. This is westbound on the ramp, which is a heavy volume area as people make their way north. So be careful if that's part of your drive. We also have volume issues southwest Anthony Henday and the White Mud and Terwilliger, where they meet through construction and that work on the Rainbow Valley Bridge. So some of those high traffic spots are slow this morning. Well, the Edmonton Elks are hosting a free football camp for high school players sidelined by the teachers' strike. Spots filled up quickly for this. 140 students making it onto the field with 43 others on a wait list. The Elks say this is all to help students and parents, and the players on the field say they're grateful for the chance to practice at Commonwealth Stadium and learn from professionals.
It's been my dream ever since I was little. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've been training to be a pro football player. I love being coached by the professionals. They're amazing people.
It's a great opportunity, and I love that, and I'm really appreciative of what they're doing for us.
Ready to go. The Elks are hosting 6 sessions until the end of the month. Right now, though, the team is hitting the road for a tough matchup with the BC Lions coming up tomorrow. Still ahead, the Toronto Blue Jays slugged their way back into their series with the Seattle Mariners. We'll take you live to Seattle for more reaction after the break.
Here's a look at your Edmonton gas prices coming down a little bit more. The average gas costs $1.18.7. Highest gas price, $1.27.9. If you're looking for some cheap gas, there's a Tempo on Maple Ridge Drive selling at $1.09.9, but also a couple stations in Beaumont at $1.08.
Gas prices brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Wake up with Your Morning Edmonton. Brought to you by CIR Realty. Making real estate easy in Edmonton, Red Deer, and Central Alberta.
Well, next week, some of the most influential minds in Canadian education, disability, and inclusion will be here in Edmonton for the 2025 Inclusion Summit on Early Learning and Care. Dr. Catherine Underwood is a professor of early childhood studies at Toronto Metropolitan University. Before hosting a session here next week, she joins us this morning for more. So good morning to you, Dr. Underwood. Let's talk about the role that childcare has in creating inclusive communities. How important is it at the core of that issue?
Well, I think childcare is one of the first places where children interact with people outside of their own homes. And so that's really important in terms of creating community, their first interactions with people who might be their neighbors, who will go on to be their classmates in the future, and hopefully their friends, their people who they're in relationship with for the rest of their lives. So I think it's really central.
Now, you recently completed a 10-year study on how it is accessing early years services. What did you find out during that study?
Well, one of the number one things we learned from families in 3 provinces and 1 territory was that it is a lot of work for families to gain access to educational services for children with disabilities. And the reason is that they have to go through a lot of bureaucratic processes, gain entry through having assessments done for their children to prove that they are in need of additional supports. And one of the critical things we believe is that we need to address some of that bureaucracy that gets attached to disability, which is creating additional work for families, which takes time away from them being with their own children.
So what kind of barriers, bureaucratically or otherwise, are you talking about?
Well, for most kids in a community, they go to childcare, they sign up and attend the childcare center. But for some children, they're being asked to get medical documentation in order to qualify for additional supports. They may be told that their children's behavior is problematic for other children and then asked to leave. Children being excluded from childcare is a serious problem across Canada. And families are then in the position of having to find alternative care for their children. And I think what we see is that where inclusion is really successful, people start with the idea that children belong there, that all children belong in their communities, and that if those children are in distress or acting out, that's something for the whole community to care about and to work on together.
You're kind of touching on it there, but why is this push towards inclusivity good for everyone in the community?
Well, when children get excluded from childcare, they have to go somewhere else. So they're still in your community, and we see a cumulative effect from exclusion. So in our study with 159 families, we found that 80% of them had experienced exclusion from one or more program. And of those who had been excluded, more than 50% of them had been excluded from 6 or more programs. So we see that once a child is excluded from one space, then that tends to impact their interactions in other spaces. So it gets worse. If we can include children and work on the integration of children into their communities in the first program they have contact with, then they're more likely to fully participate in other programs. And social services and education are good for all of us and for our society.
Well, Dr. Underwood, thank you so much for your work on this and certainly for your time and insight this morning.
Thank you.
Now, the 2025 Inclusion Summit is Monday and Tuesday coming up. For more information, you can visit kidsincluded.ca.
7:19, you are taking a live look through the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace, fixed rider, it's free. -3, we've dropped a degree in the last hour. As we take a look at temperatures across the province, most temperatures now below the freezing mark, with exception Calgary is sitting at 0, but everyone else below the freezing mark by a few degrees. As we take a look at sky conditions, Fort McMurray seeing a little bit of cloud coming into the region. High Prairie, Grand Prairie, Peace River also seeing some cloud come in. In our area, fairly clear. There's a little bit of interference on the satellite image there, but we are clear to start off. We will see some cloud move in as we progress throughout the morning and then into the afternoon. So we will see a mix of sun and cloud, and then it looks like after the supper hour, we could see some showers pass through the Edmonton area. So there's a chance of showers as we go throughout the evening. As that passes through, the winds will pick up, expecting to be very windy as we go throughout the evening. Breezy throughout the afternoon, 17 for a high. Again, as we go throughout the evening, winds pick up and we could see some showers pass through the Edmonton area. And then we'll see a little bit of clearing for tomorrow. We get back to mainly sunny sky, but our temperature will be dropping off for tomorrow. And I'll have those details, your 5-day forecast, next time we chat weather. Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills, the possibilities endless. Today's code word is vacation. Head to the contest page on ctvedmonton.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter vacation with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Edmonton's $20,000 giveaway. Good luck. Kent.
Thank you, Corey. Well, the Toronto Blue Jays bats brought the thunder in Seattle last night, sinking the Mariners in Game 3 and rejuvenating the fan base at home. CTV's Melissa Duggan is in Seattle joining us this morning for more on Game 3 and Game 4 upcoming tonight. So, Melissa, what was it like in Seattle last night as the Jays just unleashed the offense?
Well, Ken, it was pretty incredible. And, you know, there were so many Jays fans in the house as well. We were expecting a number of them. It was kind of uncertain if they were going to turn out in full force, and they really did last night. And boy, did the Jays put on a performance for them. We did see the game start off not so hot for the Jays. A 2-run homer from the Mariners to wrap things up. And I'm guessing some Jays fans were thinking, oh no, are the wheels falling off here once again, like we saw in Game 1, in Game 2 of this series, where the Mariners took some decisive wins, but the Jays bats really heated up starting in the 3rd inning. That is when they scored 5 runs, and they only added on from there. We had 5 home runs by the time this was all done. The 6th inning, though, I think that was one standout moment. That's when Alejandro Kirk got that 3-run homer in. That's when we saw the tide really shift. Mariners fans up from their seats, mass exodus, getting out of here. They knew that at that point the score was 12-2, that the Mariners wouldn't be coming back from that, so they were done for the night. By the end of things in the 9th inning, I would say just a lot of Jays fans left in the house.
Now, you mentioned that the Jays fans, they come in high numbers during the regular season, a lot of them there last night. What's the interaction between Seattle fans and Toronto fans down there as the two teams now go at it in the playoffs?
You know, it is a very friendly atmosphere. Sometimes you'll see some kind of gentle ribbing going on between them. We had some people shouting here and there, but for the most part, just getting along so well. Listen, they're used to it. They're used to this big mix of Jays fans and Mariners fans when the Jays are in town. Sometimes it looks like the Mariners are actually playing an away game. Sometimes there are that many Jays fans that come out to support them. And so they're used to this. And we're also talking to a lot of families that have some internal divisions. You know, maybe dads from Canada, moms from Seattle. They both are cheering for their own individual teams. Maybe the kids are divided. One of them likes the Jays, one of them likes the Mariners. They make it work, and really that's what we see inside T-Mobile Park is they seem to all make it work too.
Now, Max Scherzer takes the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. Veteran experience, but did not pitch against the Yankees in the first series. How is this matchup shaping up?
Yeah, so we have seen some shaky performances from him in the past. Listen, we know that he can really deliver when he is on. So it's going to be interesting to see how decisions are made throughout the evening when it comes to pitching. Sure, if we see Scherzer coming out strong, getting those strikes in, fantastic. But if we do see things kind of drift away from a clear, solid performance, how is Jays manager John Schneider going to step in? How many rotations are we going to see of pitching, that sort of thing? So that's definitely something to keep an eye on for this evening. We did have some great pitching last night with Shane Bieber. Yes, he had that home run off the top of the game, but after that, he really held the Mariners at bay with a pretty solid performance. Very clean performance from him.
Okay, we're looking forward to more coming up tonight. Melissa, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm at Concordia University of Edmonton this morning. We're going to be talking about their big open house that's coming up. And this is very exciting. I'm with Lang McDougall, Student Recruitment Advisor. And Lang, this is pretty big for the university. Tell us what people can expect with the open house.
It's the biggest event of the year that we do. So, open house. Biggest thing, come in, visit campus, look around, check out the labs, actually walk through the halls. I'm a big fan that, like, when you're looking at university, it should never be that your first day on campus is also your first day of classes. Like, come in, check it out. And our open house is the perfect chance to do that. We'll be doing lab demonstrations, we'll be doing tours. This whole entire space is going to be filled with everything. It's going to be our programs, our different faculties, all the student support. So come in, get all your questions answered, check things out.
So as far as questions, they can talk to people like you, or they can talk to professors and everyone involved in the whole education process here.
Yeah, like student recruitment advisors, admissions, financial aid and awards, instructors, professors, the actual deans of the program. So like you got pressing questions about a Bachelor of Management, cool, come in, talk to the dean of the whole entire program.
So you can get all the information you need. There's also some really cool things that are going to be offered. If people come down and then they decide to put in an application, those fees can be waived.
Yep. So at Open House, we'll be waiving the fee entirely for any domestic applicants. So they can come in, they can get help from our admissions advisors one-to-one, and then, yeah, we'll waive that cost of applying. So instead of $50 to apply, nothing.
And people can also leave as winners with getting a new education and getting signed up for that, but also winning tuition credits.
Yes. So we'll be doing a draw for 2 different tuition credit amounts, $1,000 and $2,500. So like that's a decent chunk of change taken off of your first year tuition.
That is for sure. And when is the open house?
October 25th from 9 to 1.
Perfect. So we're going to be exploring more here at Q as we go throughout the next couple of hours.
From Archie to Peanuts, we're reminiscing on some of the classic childhood comics in Remember That Thing.
I'm Nicole Lampa in Ice District, where thousands of striking teachers are expected to rally today as negotiations intensify. More on this after the break.
Beautiful city. It is just about 7:30 here on Thursday morning. Hope you're off to a great start to your day. It is going to be gorgeous out there, Corey.
That's right. A very nice day coming our way. Temperature, it's going to be the warmest day of the week. Into the high teens we go for today. The weekend, a little bit cooler than today, but still warmer than what we had last weekend. I'll have those details. Your 5-day forecast coming up in 6 minutes. Okay.
Thank you, Corey. It's now day 11 of the province-wide teacher strike. Thousands will be rallying outside Rogers Place here in Edmonton today as the Premier gives her State of the Province address inside. Right now, there's a $2 billion gap between what the Alberta teachers want and what the province is prepared to give. CTV's Nicole Lampa is at Rogers Place for us this morning. So, Nicole, what does the Premier have to say about this latest proposal from the Alberta Teachers Association?
Premier Danielle Smith says the ATA's math does not add up. Smith saying that at the moment there are enough teachers and provincial funding to provide for smaller classrooms.
We should already be able to have class sizes of 21. And so we have to kind of look into why don't we? What is actually going on there? Is there some problem in administration in being able to allocate the teachers appropriately? Are there a lot of people working part-time? Shouldn't be the case.
Teachers have been on strike now for a week and a half as the bargaining teams for both sides are negotiating. Classrooms are empty with 700,000 students impacted. The province says the ATA and its members need to come to a clear, concrete solution that is, quote, rooted in reality. The head of the ATA says the reality is classrooms are crumbling and that the extra money will help the issues of wages, classroom sizes, and classroom complexities.
It simply begins to bring us closer to the national average in per-student spending rather than continually finding ourselves in last place. That's not an extravagant ask. It is fiscally responsible and one that parents and the public clearly support.
Now, according to the ATA, no new bargaining dates have been set yet. For now, if no deal is reached, then the province is considering back-to-work legislation. So for parents, that means that this strike could last potentially for at least another week and a half. Now, one thing the Premier seems open to is a cap when it comes to classroom complexities. We'll have more on this part of the story in half an hour. Kent.
Okay, Nicole, thank you. The Health Sciences Association of Alberta says it is ready to negotiate a new deal with AHS, but meetings are delayed. AHS-AA represents nearly 30,000 healthcare workers across more than 200 disciplines, including paramedics, pharmacists, and mental health counselors. Last month, members rejected a proposal from AHS and are waiting to return to the bargaining table. The union's vice president says strike action is still an option.
We are prepared. But honestly, I think we have to look at, we're healthcare professionals. We don't want to have to go on strike. We care about caring for our patients. That's why we go into these professions.
HSAA says the next meeting has been pushed to November because someone from AHS is on vacation. We have asked the province about the reason for the delay and are awaiting a response. Well-known Edmonton businessman and philanthropist Bruce Saville has died. The founder of Saville Systems was one of the major owner investors in the Edmonton group that was credited with preventing the Oilers from leaving the city, buying the team in the late 1990s. Saville also served as a governor of the University of Alberta, chair of the Oilers Community Foundation, and was involved with Stollery Children's Hospital and NATE. The U of A's Saville Community Sports Centre is named in his honor. Bruce Saville was 80 years old. The federal Conservatives say they have a plan that will improve job prospects for young Canadians. Canada's unemployment rate is currently at 7.1%. Youth unemployment rate is more than double that at 14.7%. New pieces of the Conservatives' youth jobs plan include a one-year 100% capital cost tax write-off for employers who build housing for employees. The party also wants a change to the federal grant and local financial assistance program to give more help for in-demand fields.
The government should establish a process for making objective determinations about what areas of study are more or less likely to lead to positive career outcomes.
The Liberal government says it has created more than 130,000 job opportunities for young people this year and promises it will have more to say on youth unemployment soon. An Alberta bridge now bears the name of a professional wrestling pioneer. It is the Stu Hart Bridge on Highway 8 east of Calgary. The Hart family patriarch put Stampede Wrestling on the map And the Hart home became the training ground for many legendary wrestlers, including his son, Bret the Hitman Hart.
I think it's so fitting that it's a bridge that's named after him, because he was such a strong, solid tank of a man. You know, he was a boulder that just never budged, and was took a lot of pride in the fact that he was an immovable object most of the time.
Stu Hart died in 2003. A company using artificial intelligence and robotics to construct homes is now building on the success of its Edmonton facility. Promise Robotics is opening a 60,000 square foot warehouse in Northeast Calgary. The company's proprietary platform allows prefabricated homes to be produced in a few weeks. It hopes this will help the city's housing crisis. The CEO estimating that Calgary needs to build 9,000 homes each year beyond the current output to restore affordability to pre-pandemic levels.
We actually work directly with the builders. We don't tell them what their design is. They just bring their design. That design is translated through our AI system to robotic manufacturing system that is produced rapidly in a factory that is behind me, and then is shipped to the site for rapid assembly.
Homes built by Promise Robotics are already on the market. The company's first factory was built in Nisku earlier this year.
7:36, you are flying high with the CTV drone. We've got the Walterdale Bridge there as we look towards the south side of the river. Kinsman at the back of the screen, and a beautiful blue skyline. Fairly clear as we start off. Traffic looks like it's picking up there, flowing quite nicely into downtown. Temperature-wise, we're not too bad. 0 in Stony Plain, -4 at the airport. Elk Island and the Blasphor Station -3. Winds fairly light to calm to start off, but that will change. The wind will pick up as we go throughout the afternoon, and especially this evening. Temperatures throughout the city right now ranging from -3 in Blasphor to 0 in Beverly. Today, we are warming up to a 17. We will see cloud move in as we go throughout the afternoon. Also, as I said, it will become breezy and then windy this evening. After the supper hour, it looks like there's a chance that we could see some showers pass through as we go throughout the evening. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's a cold front coming through, and it's going to drop our temperature a bit for tomorrow. Only a high of 11, but that's just above average seasonal high. Windy still for tomorrow, so the wind picks up tonight, and it's still strong as we go throughout Friday. Saturday, Sunday, highs of 12, a little bit more sun on Saturday. Sunday evening, we could see some showers, ahead of some cooler air for Monday, 8 degrees. But after that, temperatures climb a little bit more. Next week looks really nice. I have those details. Your 10-day forecast coming up in 15 minutes. It's time to celebrate the spooky spirit and eerie elegance of Halloween. CTV Your Morning is on the hunt for the most hauntingly creative neighborhood displays, and one lucky winner will receive a grand prize of a $500 gift card to Big Box Outlet Store. Submit your photos by going to ctvedmonton.ca or by scanning the QR code on your screen. Take a look at this from Melissa this morning. These pictures look fantastic. Quite the display. As you were pointing out earlier, Kent, a lot of different levels, heights. I really like the pumpkins, pumpkin men that are kind of in the middle of the screen look almost higher than the house there. Quite the walkway with a lot of little skulls all the way to get to the house. Might be a few scares.
Yeah, you got to work for your candy at this house, huh?
So, yeah, send in your photos. Again, head to our webpage for the QR code and contest details, and keep sending them in. Big prize going to be awarded.
Yeah, that's very fun stuff. Yep. And so is this. It is, as we approach Halloween, we're talking the best candy in the bag, as decided by you. It's our Your Morning Halloween candy bracket. We had a juicy one yesterday with Twix up against Snickers, and you decided Snickers is the winner.
I'm a little bit surprised by this. Mainly just because I like Twix more.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to have personal favorites in this one. In fact, in the next matchup, I definitely have a personal favorite. But that's two classics up against each other. That's hard to decide a winner. This one, I think, maybe even tighter of a race.
I think so. Mixed messaging on the text line for these two, M&M's and Smarties. Smarties being a Canadian classic.
M&M's being better.
Well, a lot of people were reciting the Smarties jingle
Yeah.
Do you eat the red ones last? I can't remember the rest of the jingle.
Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of nostalgia for that one. But we did hit, someone hit us with the melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Right.
M&M's slogan as well.
Okay.
So this has really divided people. Now, it's important on the text line you mind your thumbs on this one, because look at what you need. Yeah, exactly. You need to send M&M's is MMS. So there's no ampersand in there. There's no apostrophe, just MMS.
Yeah.
And then Smarties, as it's spelled on the box, to 10400. Your autocorrect is probably going to change it to something else, like moms. We've gotten a lot of moms.
a few moms on the text
line.
So make sure you check for
it doesn't count unless it's spelled right. So make sure that you're doing it right, and make sure M&M's moves on, because it should, Corey.
Smarties. I'm on Team Smarties for this one, so
they're on the
we'll
wrong
see
side.
Tomorrow. We'll find out.
It's going to be a tight one, everybody. Let's take a look at traffic as we get moving here through rush hour. Now 19 minutes ahead of 8 o'clock. We've got a crash 23rd Avenue and Gateway Boulevard. This is the westbound on-ramp, so that's a tricky, tight spot for a lot of people. We also have a crash northbound 34th Street and the White Mud. So that section of the city is really tough right now. Southwest Anthony Henday Drive backing up, as it often does. Similar situation on the White Mud and Terwilliger Drive as people try to get through the road work that continues through there as they try to ease the volume. But until then, pretty tight. Well, for decades, they've been helping others. Now, Edmonton's holiday hamper program needs a helping hand of its own. You can find out how you can help them out after the break. And in honor of 75 years since the first Peanuts cartoon, we're talking your favorite comics. Is it Archie, Calvin and Hobbes? Share your favorites on the text line in Remember That Thing. That's coming up in 10 minutes. Plus, just in time for spooky season, we're taking a look at a thriller airing in our city this week. We have more on Northwest Fear Fest after 8 o'clock, so stay with us.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basementy. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The Holiday Hamper Program needs your help. For the past 21 years, they've been asking people to grocery shop for the less fortunate families at Christmas and then deliver hampers ahead of the holidays. 2 decades ago, this program helped 35 families, and now they help more than 2,000. 250 families have already signed up for help this year, and the organization needs the aid.
It would be great if we, shot to maybe get 2,200 or 2,500. But the reality is there's actually more than that are in need. We estimate it, depending on when we get the numbers, it could be anywhere from between 6,000 to 10,000 families that are in need in the city.
He adds, if you do not have time to fill a hamper, the organization accepts money, which will be used to buy turkeys or fish for families. The Edmonton Police Service will also be collecting food for people in need. The service is asking the public to donate food and toys at participating superstore locations. Police cars will be stationed outside the stores from 11 in the morning to 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. EPS says it's hoping to fill as many cruisers as possible. The Supreme Court of Canada is marking its 150th anniversary this year, and in honor of the occasion, the justices are getting a fashion makeover. They've gone from the old red and white robes, known as the Santa robes, to these new black and red ones. The new robes were made by Romaine Legaillou in Quebec. She started her career creating jurist robes, outfitting her friends in law school. She and her team started the secret project of designing and fabricating the new robes last November. Ontario Provincial Police have a reminder for drivers with a learner's permit. You need a live human passenger to be allowed to drive. A 19-year-old was pulled over with a skeleton in the passenger seat. People with a G1 license need to have a qualified driver in the vehicle with them. To be clear, a skeleton doesn't count. However, the skeleton was wearing a seatbelt.
I've been spending my morning at Concordia University of Edmonton, otherwise known as Q, and we're going to be talking about this small campus, which has such a big feel to it at the same time. I'm joined by Charlotte Blanchette, Transfer Credit Coordinator. And Charlotte, it's a smaller university, but that's a great thing. Tell us why that makes it so special.
Yeah, so it is a smaller institution, but that really means that you can create such personal relationships with everyone here, whether that be professors, faculty, staff, students. That's something that's really unique about Concordia and amazing to be a part of.
Because you don't get lost in the shuffle. The class sizes are quite small. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the average class size is about 30 people, which is amazing because then you don't get lost in the crowd. You're not in a sea of 500 students in your first year courses. You really get that personalized relationship with your professors, which is something that I've experienced as well as my time here as a student.
Awesome. So you're alumni as well, and that speaks to the quality of education here. It's an old campus mixed with new as well. Tell us about the facility.
Yeah, so since my time here as a student, we've had 2 new buildings that have been built, which is amazing to see. We have Braxma Hall, which was just completed this year. We have a bunch of new labs and classrooms, offices for staff and faculty, and it's just amazing to see how the campus is growing and changing throughout the years.
So speaking as alumni, tell us what made this such a special place to come to school?
Honestly, the second that I walked through the doors at my first open house, I really felt like I was coming home. The community, the culture here is something that's so special, and honestly, I didn't want to leave, and I haven't since then.
You've come back. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us and talking with us this morning.
Thank you.
And we're going to be continuing to explore the campus over the next hour down here at Q, Concordia University of Edmonton.
Well, still ahead, when was the last time you picked up a comic book? We'll take a look back at our favorites and yours after the break. We are turning back the pages this morning and remember that thing, specifically the comic pages, as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of this iconic cartoon. It was October 2nd of 1950. The World of Peanuts made the pages of 7 major American papers, including the Minneapolis Tribune. The characters are inspired by Carl Schultz's own childhood in the Twin Cities. He was 27 at the time that Peanuts was published. Now, early versions of Charlie Brown and Snoopy were published under the title Lil' Folks as far back as 1947, but Peanuts is when they really gathered fame. Schultz retired in 2000. By then, Peanuts had been published in more than 30,000 newspapers in 40 languages, inspiring the Christmas special, the Macy's Day Parade balloons, the mascots, the Walk of Fame. Very cool legacy for Peanuts. It's a staple at Christmas time at my house. Like do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know the one.
Yeah,
but
we had viewers that gifted us some Peanut stuff.
That's right. Yeah. Very fun stuff.
Yeah.
Very fun stuff. But you got a different favorite.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Archie comics. I guess they're almost like little books, some of them. Did you know that the initial Archie characters were created in 1941? They've changed a little bit since then. I love these comics, and I took them everywhere when I was a kid. We took them camping, and I took them to school. I like their little carefree world. It was, yeah, I would just collect them all. And then I got into Archie and Jughead, Betty and Veronica. There were all these different versions. And just loved them all. And they were always in the checkout line at Safeway.
I was going to say the exact same thing. That's when I read Archie comics, was waiting for the checkout at Safeway. But for me, this is my favorite comic.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
So I didn't start with the comics. I started with the X-Men cartoons, but then that led to the comic books, which are deeper, have got way more characters and more storyline. And sometimes I was reading the X-Men comics thinking, should I be reading this? But that's one for me from the 90s. But we want to know on the text line, what was your favorite comic. We've had a lot of Calvin and Hobbes. A lot of people on your side with Archie.
A lot of people really like Archie, yeah. And then after our morning mystery, a lot of people were going with the Far Side as well. If I just gave away the
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, we've had multiple people saying the Far Side. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
You'll be a winner today.
Yeah, totally. So you can text us at 10400 your favorite comic book memories. We're also taking your texts on on M&M's versus Smarties.
Yes.
And we want to know if you think they should change the Butterdome.
Lots
going on in the text line. It's time for us to take a break. We'll be right back.
Programming brought to you by Century Casino. 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
7:57, there's a live look at the Legislature building and West Edmonton Mall on the far west side of the city. Very cool shot from our CTV drone. The valley, still some gold left. A lot of trees have lost their leaves. After the wind that we have coming our way for today, probably a lot of leaves will be blowing off once again. Not windy right now, but the wind will pick up. Breezy as we go throughout the afternoon, and then windy tonight. Right now we are at -3, -5 Slave Lake, -6 in Red Deer. As we take a look at our forecast for today, our high 17. Pretty nice for us here in the city today. We will see increased cloud cover as we progress throughout the day, and the wind will pick up. But windiest as we go throughout the evening. After the supper hour, a chance we could see some showers pass through. Tomorrow, 4, still windy to start. 11 for a high, mainly sunny. 12 on Saturday and Sunday, more sun on Saturday. And then Sunday night, could see some showers ahead of some cooler air for Monday, a high of 8, which isn't too bad. Average seasonal high is 10, so still close to that. And then we climb back above that as we go throughout the rest of next week with temperatures in the low teens. So a great 10-day forecast.
Milestones, brought to you by Coolman's Flower Shop. Colorful, fresh designs for any occasion.
Wishing Ramsey a happy 55th birthday. Love Tony, Michelle, Sian, Tamia, Kyra, and Ao.
And a happy birthday to Brittany from your dad. Save some cake for me.
Submit your milestone at ctvedmonton.ca under Your Morning. You could win a $100 gift card to Coolman's Greenhouse, which we draw for every week.
And it is time for your morning mystery. If you were watching the show about 5 minutes ago, you're a step ahead of this. So this single panel cartoon was created by Gary Larson. He cites his family's morbid sense of humor growing up as inspiration. It ran daily in newspapers from 1980 to 1995, often featuring animals. Did you get it? It is The Far Side, and I will try to do better at not giving away spoilers next time. This is The Far Side. In 1994, a 22-minute version of his first animated film debuted as a Halloween special on CBS television and quickly became a cult favorite. The news you need to start your day begins right now.
Here on this Thursday, October 16th.
It's a little disappointing that I think we're still quite a ways apart.
No one wanted this, but teachers will not stand by while classrooms crumble.
A $2 billion gap divides the province and Alberta teachers after negotiations resume this week. Teachers now planning to take their protest right to the Premier today. And the province is changing Alberta license plates, adding the phrase strong and free. Plus, the University of Alberta is going to renovate and possibly change the look of the iconic Butterdome. Your morning starts right now. At 8 o'clock, welcome to your Thursday morning, Edmonton. We are tracking the latest on the teachers' strike for you this morning. Thousands of people are expected to rally outside Rogers Place today as the Premier gives her State of the Province address inside. Now, both sides are now butting heads over an extra $2 billion in a proposal from teachers. CTV's Nicole Lamp is at Rogers Place, live with the latest for us this morning. So, Nicole, the Finance Minister says there's no chance the province will agree to that kind of money. What does the Premier say?
Kent, the Premier says the ATA's math does not add up. Danielle Smith saying that the current funding should already allow for classroom sizes of 21 students and questions where all the money is going. However, she does seem open to a different type of classroom cap.
Maybe we need to have a cap on how much complexity there is. Maybe that's the issue, is that we have to add more education assistance until you get to a point where you say, you know what, this is just too many complex needs kids for one teacher.
Teachers have been on strike now for a week and a half as the bargaining teams for both sides negotiate. Classrooms have been empty since October 6th, with 700,000 students impacted. The province says the ATA and its members need to come to a clear, concrete solution that is, quote, rooted in reality. The head of the ATA says the reality is classrooms are crumbling and extra money is needed to help address wages, classroom sizes, and classroom complexities.
It's not fair to the people who are working day in and day out in classrooms, struggling to meet the needs of everybody and watching our students fall through the cracks. We can't keep kicking this down the road.
Now, the ATA says no new bargaining dates have been set to hear the province's response to the latest proposal. Now, if no deal is reached, then the province says it is considering back to work legislation. However, the earliest that could happen is on October 27th. Kent.
Okay, Nicole, thank you. The province is changing the slogan on Alberta license plates. Wild Rose Country is out, to be replaced by Strong and Free. The government has come up with 8 designs for Albertans to choose from. Voting is already active on alberta.ca. A winner will be decided mid-November. The phrase Strong and Free is in the national anthem. It's also Alberta's motto, written in Latin on the coat of arms. But political scientist Lori Williams says the phrase has other connotations.
This is a phrase, at least in Alberta, that is associated with conservatism, with certain kinds of conservatives, and particularly with the United Conservative Party.
The opposition NDP calls this a distraction from ongoing issues like the teachers' strike and healthcare woes. Premier Danielle Smith says her government is capable of working on multiple files at once. When a plate is picked, a winning design will be available in the new year. Well, Edmonton is now home to a state-of-the-art, world-class velodrome. The new indoor facility is now open. The rest of the Coronation Sports and Recreation Centre will not be accessible until January. The city's elite cycling community says the new track is a game changer for the sport in North America, and says the visibility of this velodrome to those visiting the Coronation Centre will be key to growing the sport.
I'm so happy for them that they get this opportunity, and you just see their smiles, the ones that just came off it, they're ear to ear.
This is it's gonna close the difference between me and the other riders that I race. It's gonna make a huge difference.
Local Olympians say the new velodrome will mean Edmonton athletes will no longer need to travel to warmer climates to train for winter events. Edmonton's previous velodrome is outside. And one of Edmonton's most iconic buildings is about to undergo a multi-million-dollar renovation. The Butterdome dates back to 1983. It was built for the World Universiade Games, coinciding with the school's 75th anniversary. The university's manager of campus architecture says the building's envelope is failing. So that includes the foundation, the walls, the roof, the windows, the doors. The university says leaks may get worse unless the exterior is renovated, and that could mean a new look.
We're going to look to maybe tie a little bit more into context, a little more into brand, and we are going to look to do things that will make it more transparent so you can see in, so that some daylight can get in, so it doesn't feel like a 1980s field house, but more like a recreation facility and a kind of a cultural gathering spot for the city.
The provincial government is footing the $27 million bill for the repairs. The U of A is hoping to start construction in the spring. So as we bring Corey in for the forecast, we've been talking about this on the text line. A lot of people texted in, Corey, saying, do not touch the Butterdome and its look. Obviously, you got to do the repairs, but keep it the same. One person texted in, said, if you're going to change anything, put stripes on it and call it the Beehive.
Yeah, that's a clever one. Clever
I had to think about that, but then you got the pandas, the golden bears. There's an association with honey there. Okay.
Okay.
I can get on board with that.
That could work for sure. It would be nice, yeah, to keep it somewhat the same because, It is iconic.
Sure, of course.
For sure. Weather-wise for today, fantastic forecast. You're flying low with the CTV drone over the North Saskatchewan River. As we look towards the skyline, clear sky, nice reflection in the river. Not much leaves left on some of those trees down there, though, and after the wind that we're expecting to see later today, probably a lot more will be losing their leaves as we go throughout the day today. So the wind will pick up, pretty light to start off, but a bit of a breeze throughout the afternoon and then windy tonight. As we take a look at our almanac, our high is 17, average seasonal high 11. Our low was -2. Average seasonal low, 0. Let's take a look at our currents right now. Actually, -3, so we've dropped a degree. Fairly clear right now, wind calm, but as I said, that will change. The wind will pick up. -4 at the airport. As we take a look at our forecast, our high is 17, so a very nice warm day. Increased cloud cover as we go throughout the day. And then it looks like after the supper hour, there's a chance we could see some showers, and it'll be windy as we go throughout the evening. Windy overnight and windy through tomorrow, but we get back to mainly sunny sky for tomorrow. 4 to start, 11 for a high. Wind should be lighter on Saturday, 12. Lots of sun. And then very similar conditions for Sunday temperature-wise. But as we go into Monday, a little bit of a drop. I'll have those details. Your 5- and 10-day forecast still to come. The early bird deadline for the Mighty Millions lottery is tomorrow. Win a Porsche 911 plus a trip to Paris or take $200,000. Tickets at mightymillionslottery.com. Kent.
Thank you, Corey. Well, the Edmonton Elks are hosting free football camps for high school players sidelined by the teacher strike. Spots filling up quickly. 140 students were on the field yesterday with 43 others on the wait list. The Elks say this is all to help students and parents, and the players say they're grateful for the chance to practice at Commonwealth Stadium and learn from professionals.
It's been my dream ever since I was little. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've been training to be a pro football player. I love being coached by the professionals. They're amazing people.
It's a great opportunity, and I love that, and I'm really appreciative of what they're doing for us.
Ready to go. The Elks are hosting 6 sessions until the end of the month. Right now, though, the team focused on getting on the road for a tough matchup with the BC Lions coming up tomorrow. Well, the Toronto Blue Jays can tie the American League Championship Series tonight after a dominant win last night in Seattle.
Since 2010, Vlad Jr. sends a high drive to deep center field. Rodriguez to the wall, it's gone. First pitch of the 5th, Vlad Jr. launches a solo shot.
That home run from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., one of 5 hit by the Blue Jays Wednesday night, crushing the Mariners 13-4 in Game 3 of the ALCS. Now, the Jays found themselves down 2-0 early after a first-inning home run from Julio Rodriguez. However, after that, starting pitcher Shane Bieber settled in, delivering a strong and stabilizing performance on the mound. In the 3rd inning, the Jays erupted for 5 runs, including a 2-run homer from Andrés Giménez. Game 4 is tonight with Max Scherzer on the mound for the Jays. And the Toronto Zoo has a league of their own. The zoo sharing videos and pictures all week cheering on the Blue Jays. The animals have their game day gear. And of course, what's a ball game without a few snacks as well? All right, let's take a look at your drive now. Approaching 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. There's this crash 23rd Avenue and Gateway Boulevard westbound on-ramp. That's been present for the last little while, for most of rush hour, impacting things. So too is this crash northbound 34th Street and White Mud Drive. So tough getting to the main route there. Also quite tough and slow east and westbound on the North Anthony Henday right now between 127th Street and Manning Drive. So if you're a North End commuter on the Henday, heads up there.
Hey everybody, it's Kim McCord and the Ram Street team. We're out here trying to figure out what the best treat for trick-or-treating is.
And we've got some treats of our own, but Kim, here's the thing. Not all treats are created equal, so let's go find some eager trick-or-treaters. Who wants some free candy? Nothing creepy about it, I swear. Okay, favorite Halloween treat?
Mars bar. Reese's Pieces. Swedish berries.
Ooh.
Arrow. Skittles. Oh, I'd have to say Coffee Crisps.
Coffee Crisp is a classic, right?
I like Blue Nerd Gummy Clusters.
Whoa, that's so specific.
Go off board. Wow.
Coffee
Chris. Okay.
Kit Kat.
Caramel. Kit Kat for sure.
Kit Kat.
Caramel. What's your favorite caramel? That's the first time we had a guy on the phone doing this. What is your favorite Halloween treat?
I would say Kit Kat. So Ooh, good choice. Do you know the Kit Kat song? No. Oh, it must be a 90s thing. I was going to do it. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me up a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Look at her face. She has no idea what we're talking about.
What is your favorite Halloween treat?
I'd probably go with a chocolate bar. I mean, chocolate's one of my favorite foods.
I can't disagree with that. Victor, you can choose 3 if you want to. Get in there.
Get in there.
Go in with both hands if you need. Victor, what are you up to today? Where are you going?
I'm going to the dentist. Yeah, I'm scared to do that.
Don't tell them about what we just did, okay?
Wait, we got something else for you.
Hey, we got some Colgate Total for you. Happy Halloween, Victor! Kim, I can't help but notice this is significantly lighter than when we started.
Yeah, and yet nobody chose the apple.
Weird. Tell us what your favorite Halloween treat is in the comments, and you can win yourself a $100 gift card. Happy Halloween, everybody!
Woo!
Well, still ahead, murder, deception, and chaos. We speak to a Canadian filmmaker bringing the scares to Metro Cinema with his horror sequel.
Here's a look at your Edmonton gas prices, coming down a little bit from yesterday. The average gas cost $1.18.7. Highest gas price is $1.27.9. Lowest gas price $1.10. And in Beaumont, there's a few stations selling at $1.08.
Gas prices brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
It's scary movie season, and many of the best horror movies and thrillers have sequels. That's now true for one Canadian filmmaker originally from Alberta. His horror sequel, Influencers, is screening tonight at Metro Cinema.
The pool looks bigger in their photos. Why not just make it look bigger in your photos? What's your name? Catherine? Well, lovely to meet you.
You got to watch out for Catherine. We're now joined by filmmaker Curtis David Harder. Good morning to you.
Thanks for having me, yeah.
For those who haven't seen the original, tell us about Influencer and how you were able to come up with an even bigger idea for the sequel.
Yeah, so I mean, the first one takes place in Thailand. It was kind of this small film that we made in the middle of the pandemic, following this serial killer that kind of targets influencers and takes their identities and kind of is very much like a kind of a new age talented Mr. Ripley. So kind of coming back, kind of expanding the scope. The first one was just this movie in Thailand. Now we're shooting over in Europe and France, and we're in Bali and North America. So it's a big kind of globe-trotting, kind of a grander scale version of what we did with the first one.
Yeah, and I've seen the first one. It was fantastic, and I'm so glad there's a sequel. What is the hardest part about doing a sequel? Did you find yourself trying to top yourself for the first one?
Yeah, I think coming back, the first one was a very small movie that we just kind of made very independently. Coming back with a slightly different, like a bigger kind of budget, kind of you're able to kind of expand do all the things that you were hoping you could do with the first one. Kind of coming back, we were able to do some big fight sequences, some big a lot of cool, crazy locations and stuff, yeah.
And did you like bringing back the same main actor as well? Was that a big pro?
Yeah, it was cool to kind of come back and with Cassandra kind of come back and like explore the same character, kind of dive into some other sides of her that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, so, and a fantastic actress as well.
So great, yeah.
Yeah. You've become quite prolific in the world of horror and thriller filmmaking. Have you always been drawn to this genre, and what makes it so great to work with?
Yeah, I think like I grew up watching like M. Night Shyamalan's movies and kind of being able to kind of explore kind of the darker sides of society and ask kind of like interesting questions about kind of what's going on, and with this movie exploring kind of the online world and appearances.
And I guess we're all kind of, there's always something about that kind of what if and that thing that could go wrong that really kind of grabs us, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you have another project on the go now that this film is done?
Constantly working on stuff. This movie's coming out later this year, so yeah, super excited to kind of see what's next. Yeah.
So it's filming at Metro Cinema tonight as part of Northwest Film Fest. Yeah. If people can't make it to that, when can they watch?
Yeah, so it'll be coming out kind of on streaming, on Shudder and and kind of like Amazon later this year.
Okay.
And yeah, so yeah.
Awesome. What is it like to be part of a film festival like this here in Edmonton?
Oh, I mean, it's so special. Like, I grew up in Calgary, and so I was coming up to Edmonton all the time. We've shot a lot of kind of projects here, so to be able to bring the film back to kind of the Alberta audiences, and it's super special for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a good way? Do you get a good level of exposure from these festivals as well?
Oh, it's paramount. I think, like, to be able to kind of launch the film and play the film in theaters, so many films are just going straight to streaming. So to be able to kind of do the theatrical experience and have the support from kind of the community here. I mean, the first movie we wouldn't have a sequel if it wasn't for kind of the word of mouth and kind of the people just talking about it. So it's decent. It's like so important.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. I'm looking forward to it. If it's as good as the first one, it's going to be fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Influencers is screening at Metro Cinema tonight as part of Northwest Film Fest. It's showing at 6:45. Tickets are available online. .22, you're taking a live look through the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed right, or it's free. -3 right now, fairly clear sky. A nice start to the day today. The wind is light, but that will change. Expecting to see a bit of a breeze as we go throughout the afternoon, and then windy tonight. -3 right now, -7 Cold Lake, -5 Slave Lake. So there are some temperatures that are a little bit colder than us. Most areas in the province are below the freezing mark as we start off on this Thursday morning. As we take a look at the sky conditions, cloud a little bit moving in towards Fort McMurray. North of Peace River, we do have showers as well as some wet flurries. We do expect to see some of that here in the Edmonton area. The cloud starting to pull to the east. For us, we're fairly clear to start off, but we will see the clouds start to move in as we go throughout the late morning and afternoon. And then after the supper hour, we could see some showers pass through, possibly late in the evening as well. So that's going to be the case. The cloud will move in, chance of scattered showers later on, and our temperature will drop off a little bit for tomorrow. 17 for a high for today. As I said, the temperature drops off a little bit more for tomorrow. I will have those details and your weekend forecast next time we chat weather. Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities are endless. Today's code word is vacation. Head to the contest page on ctvedmonton.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter vacation with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Edmonton's $20,000 giveaway. Tune in tomorrow for another code word. Good luck.
Hello there, Kara Wagland in the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we are checking in on a little NBA preseason with the Grizzlies taking on the Hornets. LaMelo Ball puts it through the defender's legs, then lobs it to Brandon Miller. Nice little alley-oop. Ball goes right through Jock Landale's wickets in transition, and Miller gets some height and a very nice finish. Ball, 23 points, 8 assists in 28 minutes, but more importantly, he has got your must-see moment. And coming up tonight on TSN, Week 7 in the NFL kicks off with a little Thursday Night Football with the Steelers facing the Bengals. Coverage for that one gets underway at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
TSN Must-See Moment, brought to you by Century Casino. 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Well, I've been spending my morning at Concordia University of Edmonton, and right now we're going to be talking about sport, athletics, and I'm joined by Nate McLean, Director of Athletics here at Q. And Nate, what type of athletics are offered here at Concordia?
So we have a number of opportunities here at Concordia, just about every CCAA sport there is to offer. Everything from volleyball, basketball, soccer, men's hockey, we have curling, badminton, cross country, indoor track, golf, and most recently we added futsal, which happens right here in the gym as well.
Very cool. So a wide variety of different sports. And what kind of experience does this offer to a student that goes to Q?
I think it offers an incredible student experience. Whether you're an actual student athlete participating and making new friends, with new teammates, and enjoying those experiences as a student athlete representing your institution, but anybody on campus has that opportunity to feel a part of the Thunder. We host a number of events right here on campus. Approximately 60 events in a given year, whether it's hosting right here in the gym. We have some off-site facilities, of course. We play at Clairview Arena for hockey, Strathcona Athletic Park for soccer. So there's a number of opportunities for students to get together and cheer on the Thunder with their friends. So.
And make it really a big part of your university experience. Are there opportunities as well for scholarships?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. So we're fortunate enough at Concordia that we have the Thunder Athletics Scholarship that comes from the institution, and then we also have the AAA Alberta Athletic Award, which is also available to student athletes.
Perfect. And if people want to learn more, will you be at the open house?
Absolutely. And I did want to point out that outside of varsity athletics, we do support our student athletes in a lot of mental and physical wellness here on campus with Campus Rec and Campus Wellness. So there's always those opportunities to stay active and involved as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nate.
Of course. Thank you very much.
And stick around. We're going to talk one more time about this open house that's going to be happening here coming up on October 25th.
Good morning. It is 8:30 on a beautiful Thursday already. The sun is up, looking great, Corey, and we see plenty of it today.
That's right. Very bright to start off, and it's going to be warm. Also, the warmest day of the week today. The weekend forecast a little bit cooler than today, but it still looks quite nice. I have those details, your 5-day forecast, coming up in 6 minutes, Kent.
All right, thank you, Corey. Well, it's now day 11 of the Alberta teachers' strike. Thousands of them are expected to head to Rogers Place this morning to rally outside while Premier Danielle Smith is inside giving her State of the Province address. Right now, there's a $2 billion gap between what Alberta teachers want and what the province is prepared to give. CTV's Nicole Lampa is at Rogers Place for us this morning. So, Nicole, with this wide gap at the negotiation table, what does it mean for parents who want their kids back in school?
Well, Kent, the finance minister says if there is no deal by October 27th, then the province will consider back to work legislation. Now, earlier this week, the ATA put forward its latest proposal. The province is now preparing a response, but no bargaining date has been set yet. However, from what we understand, the finance minister says there is no chance that the UCP will agree to the extra $2 billion ask.
No, there isn't, frankly. If anything, our fiscal state is deteriorating somewhat. And that's why I think it's important for people to realize that hasn't really been part of our rationale as we've approached labor.
Teachers have been on strike now for a week and a half as the bargaining teams for both sides are negotiating. Classrooms are empty with more than 700,000 students impacted. The province says the ATA and its members need to come to a clear, concrete solution that is, quote, rooted in reality. The head of the ATA says the reality is classrooms are crumbling.
You want reality? Go look at our classrooms across this province. You want reality? Look at the overcrowded classrooms we have. Look at the students who don't have their needs met. Look at teachers who are teaching classrooms in boot rooms, in hallways, on stages of gyms.
As for the rally that's happening here in Ice District, teachers are being encouraged to arrive at 10 o'clock. For the latest on this ongoing labor dispute, you can go to our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Kent.
Okay, Nicole, thank you. The Health Sciences Association of Alberta says it's ready to negotiate a new deal with AHS. However, meetings are delayed. HSAA represents nearly 30,000 healthcare workers across more than 200 disciplines, including paramedics, pharmacists, and mental health counselors. Last month, members rejected a proposal from AHS and are waiting to return to the bargaining table. The union's vice president says strike action is still an option.
We are prepared. But honestly, I think we have to look at, we're healthcare professionals. We don't want to have to go on strike. We care about caring for our patients. That's why we go into these professions.
HSAA says the next meeting has been pushed to November because someone from AHS is on vacation. We've asked the province about the reason for the delay, and we are awaiting a response. The federal Conservatives say they have a plan that will improve job prospects for young Canadians. The country's unemployment rate is currently at 7.1%. Youth unemployment is more than double that at 14.7%. New pieces of the Conservatives' youth job plan include a one-year 100% capital cost tax write-off for employers who build housing for employees. The party also wants a change to the federal grant and local financial assistance program to give more help for in-demand fields.
The government should establish a process for making objective determinations about what areas of study are more or less likely to lead to positive career outcomes.
The Liberal government says it has created more than 130,000 job opportunities for young people this year and promises it will have more to say on youth unemployment soon. Well-known Edmonton businessman and philanthropist Bruce Saville has died. The founder of the Saville Systems was one of the major owners in the Edmonton Investors Group, credited with preventing the Oilers from leaving the city, buying the team in the late 1990s. Saville also served as a governor at the University of Alberta, chair of the Oilers Community Foundation, and was involved with the Stollery Children's Hospital and NATE. The U of A's Saville Community Sports Centre is named in his honor. Bruce Saville was 80 years old. An Alberta bridge now bears the name of a professional wrestling pioneer. This is the Stu Hart Bridge on Highway 8 east of Calgary. The Hart family patriarch put Stampede Wrestling on the map, and the Hart family home became the training ground for many legendary wrestlers, including his own son, Bret the Hitman Hart.
I think it's so fitting that it's a bridge that's named after him, because he was such a strong, solid tank of a man. You know, he was a boulder that just never budged, and was took a lot of pride in the fact that he was an immovable object most of the time.
Stu Hart died in 2003. A company using artificial intelligence and robotics to construct homes is now building on the success of its Edmonton area facility. Promise Robotics is opening a 60,000 square foot warehouse in northeast Calgary. The company's proprietary platform allows prefabricated homes to be produced in a few weeks. It hopes this will help with Calgary's housing crisis. The CEO estimating that Calgary needs to build 9,000 homes each year beyond current output to restore affordability to pre-pandemic levels.
We actually work directly with the builders. We don't tell them what their design is. They just bring their design. That design is translated to our AI system, to robotic manufacturing system that is produced rapidly in a factory that is behind me, and then is shipped to the site for rapid assembly.
Homes built by Promise Robotics are already on the market. The company's first factory was built in Nisku earlier this year. The holiday hamper program needs your help. For the past 21 years, they've been asking people to shop for groceries for less fortunate families at Christmas, then deliver hampers ahead of the holidays. 2 decades ago, this began with 35 families. Now they help more than 2,000. 250 families have already signed up this year, and the organization needs more help.
It would be great if we, shot to maybe get 2,200 or 2,500. But the reality is there's actually more than that are in need. We estimate it, depending on when we get the numbers, it could be anywhere from between 6,000 to 10,000 families that are in need in the city.
He adds, if you do not have time to fill a hamper, the organization accepts money, which will be used to buy turkeys or fish for families. And the Edmonton Police Service will be collecting food for people in need, asking the public to donate food and toys at participating superstore locations. Police cars will be stationed outside the stores from 11 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon tomorrow. EPS is hoping to fill as many cruisers as possible.
8:37, you're flying over Rossdale with the CTV drone, and as we look towards the Walterdale Bridge, you can see a lot of, still some beautiful fall colors, although those trees have been losing a lot of their leaves, and we've got a bit of a wind in the forecast for later today, and that will probably take a few more off. Skyline looking quite nice and blue as we start off the day today. Temperature-wise, 0 in Stony Plain, -7 at the airport. Elk Island and the Blatchford Station, -3. Namao, -1. Winds fairly light to calm in the area, but they will pick up as we go throughout the late morning and afternoon, especially this evening. Temperatures within the city ranging from -3 in Blatchford to 0 in Lewis Estates. Our high for today is 17. We will see cloud move in, a little bit more cloud than sun as we get into the late afternoon, and wind picks up. Breezy throughout the afternoon and then windy tonight. As we go throughout the evening, it looks like there's a chance of some scattered showers passing through, and then it's cooler for tomorrow. Our temperature tomorrow morning is not bad, 4 degrees, but we're only looking for a high of 11, which is right around average seasonal high, so doing okay. It's just a lot cooler than the 17 today. 12s for Saturday and Sunday, more sun on Saturday. Late Sunday, we could see some showers ahead of some cooler air for Monday with a high of 8. But then temperatures climb up a little bit more after that. Next week looks fantastic. I'll have those details, your 10-day forecast, coming up in 15 minutes. Kent.
Thank you, Corey. Let's take a look at your commute as we finish up rush hour. 167th Avenue, 66th Street to 71st Street. Eastbound lane closures starting at 71st Street until the 14th of November. 85th Avenue, 108th Street to 109th Street, all closed up for waterline installation until the 21st of this month. And 104 Ave, 102 Street to 101 Street. Eastbound lane closures for power replacement. That project scheduled to last until October 27th.
I've been spending my morning at Concordia University of Edmonton, and now I'm in Braxma Hall checking out some of the science labs. I'm with Don Lawson, a laboratory technician. Don, this is a really cool space, the Braxma Labs. Tell us what makes them so special.
The Braxma Labs are brand new. We just opened last September, and they are, we have 3 labs in this space, and they are specific to the sciences that are held in them. So in the space we're in now, this is a biology lab. Okay. We also have a biochemistry lab and a chemistry dedicated space in this building. They are brand new from the ground up, so we have put in a lot of time into figuring out exactly what we wanted to produce for the students in these spaces. Students come in to these spaces specifically for their biology lab portion of their courses.
Okay, and how many students usually are in the labs?
Labs here are held to between 16 and 20 students per lab space. Yeah.
So students, they get a really good chance to learn and interact with the instructors.
Yeah, the instructors have designed the lab so that they, as much as possible, work in small groups or pairs. We also have some field courses that run out of these spaces, so students are able to go out into the field and do some collecting.
Perfect. And the big open house is coming up October 25th, and this is going to be open for tours. Tell us about that.
Yep, I'm going to have this space open for the open house and set up some stations that people can come and have a look, see some of the invertebrate specimens that we have here, have a look at some of the plants, other setups that we have that are going to be somewhat interactive, and give the students and public a chance to come in and see these new spaces and get a look at what we're doing here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dawn.
Thank you.
And for more information, you can go to the website at the bottom of our screen. You can also come to the open house. It's October 25th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Well, still ahead, a busy construction season in Edmonton. Some might say too busy. In our next installment on a series of Edmonton's mayoral race candidates, the outline for different plans for better planning. And later,
right now, Mr. Bear is in the lead, so we're super excited to see kind of the competition come from all ends.
A very different mayoral race in one East Coast town, going to the Dogs.
Your Morning Edmonton's Kitchen, provided by Trail Appliances and KitchenAid. Wake up with Your Morning Edmonton. Brought to you by CIR Realty, making real estate easy in Edmonton, Red Deer, and Central Alberta.
Construction snarls have tied up much of Edmonton this fall, in particular the West End. It's disruptive roadwork that top mayoral candidates say could have been avoided. Each of them have a vision for how Edmonton should grow and what the city can do to spur that development. In part 4 of our series on the race to become Edmonton's next mayor, CTV's Jeremy Thompson looks at the different plans for building this city better.
The top candidates for mayor know construction is necessary and disruptions are inevitable, but they believe there's a better way to coordinate road work and keep those interruptions isolated. They also have varied visions for how Edmonton should grow into the future.
Barricades and lane reductions back up traffic on this West End street. Add in LRT construction stretching into downtown, torn up sections of Jasper Ave, plus a bridge replacement on 102 Ave, and the result is frustrated Edmontonians.
Whether it's infill or whether it's infrastructure, whether it's construction, there just seems to be a shotgun approach to how this business is done.
We've coordinated projects poorly. People are frustrated. We care more about the convenience of contractors than we care about the convenience of residents trying to get around the city.
It's not a flashy subject, but every top mayoral candidate says poorly managed city projects are causing too many headaches.
If I actually have to get the map and my pens out to figure out what the sequence is, I'll bloody well do it. This is not happening again.
I'm hearing from folks, particularly in the West End, all the time, and how their commutes have changed from, 15 to 20 minutes to 40 to 60 minutes.
Finish one project before you start the other one. I mean, that's common sense, right?
Omar Mohammed is proposing a smart staging plan to better coordinate projects expected to cause travel delays. Cartmel, Jaffer, and Walters all have coordination planks in their platforms too. Andrew Knack supports a specific tactic to ease congestion. Call it the rip the Band-Aid approach.
Instead of leaving them partially open for 2 years in this state of disrepair where you rarely see somebody working, close it for 2 months. Let those crews work 20 to 24 hours a day, get in, get out, and then reopen.
Most candidates say they'd spend money fixing existing infrastructure before building anything new. Knack and Walters both want to speed up private development by automating routine permit processing. Raheem Jaffer promises to go even further as mayor with a 30-day permit guarantee, automatically approving applications if city bureaucrats miss the deadline.
This lights a fire under our permitting department, process, because what it says is that if you can't get it done in 30 days, we're not going to let businesses incur costs. We're not going to get projects delayed.
Jaffer says a campaign to attract business is needed to entice more commercial and industrial growth. Knack, Cartmel, and Walters each have their own plans to entice those sectors to Edmonton.
My plan is to make sure that we're the most competitive place to do business from an industrial and commercial perspective in the region within 6 months, because we don't have time to waste, because we're already losing that investment.
Meanwhile, Mohammed's focus is helping small businesses hurt by construction.
Well, you have to have also an economic impact plan for small businesses. Right now we have a little sign, no access points. The city can mitigate this a little bit through advertising, through maybe a bigger sign, a little bit better access points.
Tim Cartmel says there's more to project management than sequencing. He believes there's money to be saved by thinking ahead, like with this new footbridge over the Whitemud.
This bridge connects two communities, right? And because we're doing it as part of the Twilliger Drive project, we got economy of scale. So this bridge is far less expensive to build as part of this project than it would be of its own.
Some candidates want to repair Edmonton's reputation for building things that cost too much and take too long. Jaffer, Mohammed, and Cartmel say a project progress dashboard would add transparency and incentivize efficiency.
The city does already have a capital project dashboard, and while there are prominent examples of projects running late, like the Valley Line LRT that opened nearly 3 years behind schedule, this dashboard shows of the hundreds of current projects, more than 90% are on budget and nearly 80% are on schedule. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Well, still ahead, a very different type of mayoral race on the East Coast is starting to heat up.
The slogans and their campaign promises are so cute and creative, and people are really trying to win.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're flying high with the CTV Drone 98 as we look towards the legislature grounds. Nice blue skyline, not seeing any cloud in the city right now, but that will change. We will see some cloud move in. and then the winds will pick up. But a beautiful shot, beautiful start to the day today. Lots of sun. Temperature-wise, still a little bit crisp. We're sitting at -3, but we're warming up quite nicely for today. Our high 17. Now, as I said, we will see some cloud move in as we progress throughout the morning and afternoon, and the wind will pick up. Breezy throughout the afternoon, and then windy tonight. With the wind tonight, looks like after the supper hour, we could possibly see some showers as we go throughout the evening. That's ahead of some cooler air for tomorrow, but tomorrow's still nice, right around average seasonal high of 11, 4 to start in the morning, so pretty decent in that regard. Mainly sunny sky, still windy for tomorrow. 12 Saturday, lots of sun, 12 on Sunday. More cloud moving in on Sunday, and then Sunday evening, there's a chance we could see some showers. That's ahead of some cooler air for Monday. Monday, back to mainly sunny sky and a high of 8, so just below average seasonal high. And then our temperature climbs as we go throughout next week. The conditions looking quite nice. Lots of sun with temperatures in the low teens. So a great forecast. Today, though, still the warmest day of your 5 and 10 day. 17, windy tonight. And then as we go throughout the evening, slight chance of showers. Kent.
Okay, thanks, Corey. Well, an East Coast town will soon elect its first ever animal mayor. The campaign also supporting the pets on the ballot. CTV's Josh Smith reports.
He's got a big smile, so.
Nominations are in, and now it's up to the public to choose Amherst's first pet mayor for the day. Organizers at the Lillian Albon Animal Shelter say this campaign puts paw into politics.
It's a minimum of $5 per vote, and the funds that we're raising are going directly into the shelter. 100% of the proceeds help with vet care, help with food.
There are 10 four-legged candidates to choose from, and voting is open through the shelter's website.
The responses have been so creative. Seeing the designs that people are putting together, the edits and the slogans and their campaign promises are so cute and creative, and people are really trying to win.
The eventual winning pet will wear the collar of honor and spend a day with Amherst's human mayor, Rob Small.
Well, we've been a strong supporter of the LA Animal Shelter for a long time, and I got a call asking if, would I be willing or interested in having a pet, and I thought, well, what a great idea, what a great fundraiser.
Mayor Small is confident the community will elect the right pet for the job.
And I hope that whoever is elected is a great communicator and lets us all know what's on his or her mind when they're elected.
Is to have our pet mayor walking around town, welcoming them to the businesses, getting photos. We're super excited to have this little ceremony to welcome the pet mayor for the day.
Organizers say one pet leads the polls right now, but there's time to vote in this dog-eat-dog world.
We keep an updated kind of grid on our social media of what the votes are at. So right now, Mr. Bear is in the lead. So we're super excited to see kind of the competition come from all ends.
Voting wraps up this Friday, and the winning pet takes office later this month. Josh Smith, CTV News, Amherst.
Hey, you have a dog. Do you think he's mayoral qualities?
No, he'd fall asleep on the job too much. Yeah, he'd curl up on the couch and let construction just pile up. You know, he wouldn't even be worried about it. So maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not for Bo. It's going to be a beautiful day out there, everybody.
It is, yes.
Enjoy yourselves. Seize them while we still got them, Corey.
Exactly. See you tomorrow. We'll find out which candy wins.
Come on, M&M's. Come on.